In this video, we will discuss about the Van de Graaff generator. Robert J. Van de Graaff designed an electrostatic machine, that is a Van de Graaff generator. It produces a large electrostatic potential difference of the order of 10 power 7 volt. Just a 2 point, try to remember. Robert J. Van de Graaff designed it, and what it produced a large electrostatic potential difference of the order of 10 power 7 volt. Now let us see what is the working principle. This Van de Graaff generator is based on two principles. One is the principle of electrostatic induction and the action of points. So again you come from the beginning. Robert J. Van de Graaff produced an electrostatic machine, and it produces an electrostatic potential difference of the order of 10 power 7 volt, and it works on the based on the two principles. One is the electrostatic induction and other is the action of points. So before we go to the other part, we should also know what is electrostatic induction and the action of point. Let us discuss the electrostatic induction. See, electrostatic induction is the production of the charges without any contact. For example, let us take this is a rod which is neutral. Suppose if you bring some positive charges nearby it, suppose this rod has positive charges. Okay, if this has positive charges, immediately this neutral rod will occur there will be a charge separation. Before it is neutral, now when the positive charge is brought near to it, it will attract the negative charges, okay, and the other side it will have the positive charges. Suppose if a connection is made and this positive charges are removed, then this neutral rod becomes a charged, that is, it will have a negative charges on it. So without any contact, we produce the charges. This is the electrostatic induction. Now the action of point is, suppose if you have a sharp edge like this, okay, suppose this is a sharp pointed edge which is having a positive charge. Because of the sharp edge, there will be some leakage of the charges in the around the charged, that is around the sharp edge. So this air surround it gets ionized. Ionized means there will be positive and the negative charge separations will be there. Okay, since this sharp point is already having the positive charge, it will attract the negative charge towards itself, and what will happen? Push the positive charge away from it. So this is a point, this is having a positive charges, so it will attract all the negative charges towards itself, and it will push away all the positive charge away from it. So in this way, the charge already present in this sharp pointed material, it is decreasing. So in this way, the charge is something like leaking from the sharp pointed edge. So these are the two principles which we will be discussing in this working principle of the Van de Graaff generator. Okay, so I explained to you this electrostatic induction and the action of point just for understanding. So right now let us concentrate on the working principle of the Van de Graaff generator. Okay, so it's very simple concept. When you are listening to this video, automatically all the information will be stored in your mind, and you don't make any effort to memorize, but automatically it will get stored in your mind. So I can reproduce 4 points what we discussed before. One is Robert J. Van. Am I right? One is Robert J. Van, who designed the electrostatic machine. What it produces? It produces a large potential difference of the order of the electrostatic potential of 10 power 7 volt. And what are the two working principle? It based on the two principle. One is electrostatic induction and the action of points. It's not simple, so we don't struggle to memorize all the things. When you listen to this video, you can understand clearly and you can reproduce all the points one after the other. So whenever I try to reproduce, you also tell in your mind so that you can easily remember. Okay, now let us observe this diagram. So what and all it has to some extent. Okay, so we have some circular pulley, belt, and the insulating pillar and some sharp pointed here, D, E, all those things. Okay, now let us see what are all the component present here. Okay, see, this Van de Graaff generator has a hollow metallic sphere. It has a hollow metallic sphere mounted on the insulating pillars. It is having a hollow metallic sphere mounted on an insulating pillar. Do you see that in the diagram? This is the hollow metallic sphere. Okay, I write in the short form, hollow metallic sphere that is mounted on the insulating pillar. Do you see the insulating pillar here? This is the insulating pillar. Okay, it's very easy to draw it once if you finish this particular concept. Then we have a pulley B, okay, which mounted at the center of the sphere, and another pulley C mounted at the near the bottom. So we have two pulleys. Do you see the two pulleys here? The pulley B here on the center, this is a pulley B, and there is another pulley C at the bottom. This is another pulley C at the bottom. Okay, so it's not easy. I can reproduce the 2 points what we discussed. It is having a hollow metallic sphere. How it can be simply placed in the air? It has to be mounted. So it is mounted by the insulating pillar. That's it. And it has two pulleys, one at the top and other at the bottom. That is B and C. That's it. Now, there is a belt made of silk moves over the pulley. Isn't it? Do you see the belt? This belt which is connecting two pulley. That's it. Then we have the pulley C is driven continuously by the electric motor. Again simple, whenever there is a pulley and the belt, somebody has to drive it. So that is done by the pulley C is driven continuously by the electric motor. So this pulley is C is made to rotate. So the belt is connected. So the another pulley also gets rotated. Okay, so that the metallic sphere gets, the pulley at the metallic sphere also gets rotated. Okay, now we have two comb shaped conductors DE having number of needles are mounted near the pulley. So do you see that two comb shaped metallic conductor here? The D is here and E is here. So it is having a very sharp pointed edge, so that the action of point principle works here. Okay, now the comb D is maintained at positive potential of the order of 10 power 4 volt by a power supply. So we give a power supply positive terminal here, okay, to the comb D, and the negative terminal is earthed. Now the upper comb E is connected to the inner side of the hollow metallic sphere. Okay, so this is the, till here is the description about the diagram. So if you want, I can do the little explanation about the diagram. See, you can very easily put the diagram. We know there is a metallic sphere. Okay, it is mounted by the insulating pillar. Okay, there are two pulleys, one at the center, another at the bottom, and it is connected by the belt. Okay, there are two sharp comb like metallic conductor, one is E and another is D. Okay, and this is connected to the positive terminal of a battery and its negative is grounded. Okay, and what else we have seen? There is a electric motor which drives the pulley C. That's it. So these are things we discussed. Then, because of the high electric field near the comb D, so where is the comb D? Actually D is here, bottom is D, here the top metallic conductor is E. Okay, it is a comb like structure. So positive terminal is connected to the comb D. I will put the diagram here. This is the D. Okay, this is the comb D. What will happen? It is having a positive charge in it. Okay, but it is very sharp edge, so action of point will work. So the air surrounding this gets ionized and negative charges are attracted towards the metallic conductor and it will repel the positive charge. Am I right? This is what we discussed in the action of points. Action of point means the air surrounding the metallic conductor ionized and the opposite charge will be attracted towards that conductor and the same charge will be repelled away. So the D is having the positive charge and it is repelled away. Okay, so when this repelled charges, it will continue to go along with the belt. Do you see that the positive charges move along with the belt and it will reach the E. When it reaches the E, what will happen? So again I will put a diagram here. This is the E and what will happen? So now the positive charges are reaching here. Okay. So when the positive charges are reaching here, by the electrostatic induction, the negative charges will be created in the metallic conductor, which is the conductor E. So the other side, the positive charge will be accumulated and it will be collected in the sphere, metallic sphere. So in this way, do you see that the sphere acquires the positive charges which is distributed on the outer surface? So all the outer surface has the positive charge. So this is, in this way the charges are produced. Let us discuss here. So high electric potential at the comb T, air gets ionized due to the action of point. The negative charges in the air move towards the needle and the positive charge is repelled on the belt. So the positive charges and it reaches the comb E. As a result, the comb acquires a negative charge and the sphere acquires a positive charge. Very simple. So the outer sphere has a positive charge. And high electric field, again one more thing, high electric field at the comb E ionizes the air. So the comb E having the negative, isn't it? So it again ionizes the air and it will neutralize all the charges so that the descending belt on the other side, do you see the descending belt on the other side? I'll just use a different color here. Do you see this is the descending side of the belt? This has no charge. Do you understand why it is no charge? Because the comb E is having a negative charge, so it will ionize the air surrounding it. So it will ionize the air. I'll show you the text. It will ionize the air. Okay, so the negative charges are repelled to the belt. You got the point, because the comb E is having the negative charge, so it will attract the positive and it will repel the negative charge towards the belt, and already belt is having the positive charge, so that will neutralize and the belt passes without any charge on the other side. So the descending belt will have no charge, it is uncharged. Okay, so in this way the machine continuously transfers the positive charge to the sphere. As a result, we get a keep on increasing charge, and as a result the potential of the sphere increasing till it attains the limiting value, that is the maximum. And sometime when more charges are there can be leakage. So to avoid the leakage, the sphere can be enclosed in a gas filled steel chamber at the very high pressure. Okay, and the high voltage produced in the generator can accelerate the positive charges for the purpose of the nuclear disintegration. That's it. Okay, see, I can explain you again very quickly. So students who are going to write the exam should be prepared in such a way that they have to understand and they have to reproduce what they studied. I can clearly show you the point and you can verify whether I am missing any point, and you can also tell along with me. First heading, Van de Graaff generator. Who designed it? Robert J. Van de Graaff. Okay. What it produces? It produces the 10 power 7 volt, the order of electric potential difference of the order of 10 power 7 volt. Okay. It works on what? It works on the two principle. What are the two principle? One is the electrostatic induction and another is the action of point. Okay. Now coming to the description. They talk about the diagram, that is, it is having a hollow metallic sphere, it is mounted on the insulating pillar, and it is having two pulleys, one at the top, another at the bottom, and it is having a belt. Okay, and there is a motor which is driving the pulley C. This is the pulley C and this is the pulley B on the metallic sphere, and there is a a comb like metallic sphere which is connected to the positive terminal and the other negative terminal is grounded, and there is another comb and which is connected to the sphere. This is what you have to explain the diagram. Okay, how it works. So this is having the positive charge. So when the positive charges are given here, you can name the comb in any manner. Okay, here it is named as in the bottom it is D and next it is E, and so I am using it. Even if you name it in the other way also, doesn't matter. So comb like structure, metallic sphere D, what will happen? It will have the positive charge, so it will repel the positive charge towards the belt. And I explained to all the concept why it is repelling the positive charge, because it will by it and it attract the positive charge, or sorry, it attract the negative charge, and the positive charge are repelled towards the belt. When it reaches the belt, there is another metallic comb like structure which is E. Okay, what happens when the positive charge reaches here? This will acquire the negative charge and it will transfer the positive charge to the sphere, isn't it? And what happens to the negative charge? Again, it will ionize the air surrounding it, so it will repel the negative charge on the belt, and already belt is having the positive, so it will neutralize. So the descending belt, so when the belt is going like this, here it goes with the positive charge, but while coming it comes without any charge. So here there is no charge present. In this way it continues to work and it will accumulate more charges on the positive metallic sphere. So what happens after this? We described about the diagram, we explained about the working principle. Then there can be some leakage when more and more charges are accumulated. To avoid the leakage, what can be done? That to avoid the leakage, the whole thing can be placed in the gas filled chamber. Okay, gas filled steel chamber at the very high pressure, so that the loss can be reduced. So what where we are going to use this high voltage producer to accelerate the positive ion. Please make a note, in 1 mark they will ask to accelerate the positive ions like protons, neutrons, for the purpose of the nuclear disintegration. Okay, so if you listen twice or thrice, you don't have to study after that. Everything will be automatically stored. You can take pen and paper, you can start reproducing all the points whatever you studied, and you can verify with your textbook. Okay, so please visit our site alexmaths.com, so where more videos and the online classes will be conducted. Thank you for watching this. Have a nice time.